Hello everyone and welcome back to another Ragnarok video tutorial guide. So in today's video, I'll be explaining the damage formula. If you are new to this channel, click the like and subscribe button for more Ragnarok Next Generation tutorials, alright? So firstly, this damage formula came from Stellaris. By the way, credits to Stellaris for this damage formula. Now, for some people, they don't know where the numbers are coming from that came from Stellaris video, alright? So that's why I'm here to explain to you guys on where to find those numbers coming out from that video. Okay, so firstly, we're going with the normal attacks. The normal attack formula is gonna be like this. Okay, so now it's kind of hard to explain how this goes, so I'll be showing you the formula while we substitute the numbers. I recommend also for you guys to have your Ragnarok application open while we do this so that you can compute it for your own damage as well. Okay, so in this picture, the attack is gonna be 1342, which is the physical attack. Alright, next is gonna be the final physical penetration, which is gonna be 0. Next is gonna be the target final defense. It means that it's your target's defense, which in this case is gonna be 0 as well. Next is gonna be the final damage bonus. The final damage bonus is an additional stat for your final damage, which in this case is gonna be 0 again. Alright, it's just an additional bonus for your damage, and in this case, there's no bonus saying here for your final damage bonus, right? Next is gonna be attribute damage. The attribute damage is for the elements damage like earth, wind, fire, water, like that, which is gonna be 0 here again. Okay. Next is gonna be the racial damage. The racial damage is when you are fighting either the undead, demi-human, plants, animals, and whatsoever. In here is gonna be 0 here again. All right. This can be found also as well under the advanced stats, which is going to be the race counter. Alright, you will see that later in this video. Next is going to be the size modifier. The size modifier, in this case, he is using a two-handed axe, which is going to be a 75% damage to small or medium monsters. However, for large monsters, it's going to be 100%. Okay? Now, you can check out in this chart for the size modifier and can be found in the Academy Handbook as well. Damage bonus can be found in your advanced stats as the physical damage bonus. Okay, now so the overall formula is gonna be like this. So 1342 as your attack or physical attack times 0.75 for the size modifier times 120 for the physical damage bonus. Okay, another example. So my attack right now is gonna be 1400, which is gonna be the physical attack. Okay. Now my final physical penetration right now is gonna be 16.05%. How do I get this 16.05%? So you just have to click the physical penetration gray bubble, and it will show the description of your final physical penetration. All right. This goes the same to other stats. You just need to click on them to show the final bonus stats. Okay, so let's say for final haste, final attack speed, you just have to click on that, then it will show the percentage of how much is your final physical stats. Okay, next we have the target final defense, which is definitely 0. Alright, so you just need to know in this case, Stellaris is using a target training dummy, which is the defense of it is going to be 0. Next is going to be the final damage bonus, which is 0 as well, because we don't have additional stats for the final damage bonus. Attribute damage, we don't have anything equipped for elemental damage. The passive skill damage bonus is 0 as well. Next is going to be racial damage, which is 0 again, because we don't have any additional stats for it. And you have the size modifier, which is gonna be a two-handed axe again for medium and small. Then for large monsters, it's gonna be 100%. Okay, so and last is the damage bonus, which is gonna be 120. All right, so it's gonna be 1400 times 1 plus 0.1605, which is gonna be the final physical penetration, times 0.75 for the size modifier, plus 120, which is the damage bonus. Okay, moving on. Next we have the magic attack. Here's the formula. So our magic attack is gonna be 1505. Final magic penetration can be found in magic defense. When you click the bubble, it says here it's like 23.52%, but If you're asking, it's going to be different, it's going to be 45.52%. Well, you need to go to advanced stats because you have an additional 22% for your final magic penetration, okay? And the overall is going to be about 45.52%. all right? Now, here is the racial damage. Racial damage is now going to be 5%. Again, you can look the racial damage bonus after the advanced stats, which is called the race counter. Alright? Size modifier is going to be 100% since he is using a one-handed weapon for a priest. Okay? And here is our overall formula. The magic attack is going to be 1505 times 100% plus 0.552, which is going to be 1 plus 0.4552, which is the final magic penetration, times 1 plus 0.05, which is the race damage, times 1 for the size modifier, and you will have 2299. Okay? You can compute this using the scientific calculator if you want to. Alright? Next one, we're going to the skills damage formula. Now, using the priest overall damage formula, we are gonna calculate the skill of Holy Light. Alright, so our skill multiplier is gonna be on the skill description, which is gonna be 120%. Magic attack is gonna be 1505, which is gonna be on the earlier using the priest stats. Skill raw damage is gonna be the skill description as well. It's gonna be 600. The final magic penetration is going to be 45.52%. Passive skill damage is going to be if you use the Holy Booster. Alright, so if you have the Holy Booster as a passive skill damage, you're going to have a 30% additional for your damage, for your passive skill damage, okay? Next is going to be the racial damage bonus, which is going to be 5%. Next is going to be the size modifier, which is going to be 100%. And lastly, the magic damage bonus is going to be 0. Okay, so here is our overall formula. 1.2 as our skill multiplier, which is going to be 120%, times 1505, which is our magic attack, plus 600, which is going to be our skill raw damage, okay, times 1 plus 0.552, which is going to be the final magic penetration, times 1 plus 0.30, which is going to be the passive skill damage bonus, times 1 for the 0.05 racial damage bonus, and here's our result now. It's going to be 4779.15. okay? And lastly, we have the critical damage formula. Using again the same stats as the priest earlier, so our magic attack is going to be 1505, critical damage is going to be 200%, final magic damage bonus is going to be 0, attribute damage is going to be 0 again, passive skill damage bonus is going to be 0, racial damage bonus is going to be 5%, size modifier is going to be 100%, and magic damage bonus is going to be 0. And here is our overall total. Here's our overall formula. So 1505 magic damage times 2, which is going to be the critical damage, times 1 plus 0.05, which is going to be the racial damage, times 1, which is going to be the size modifier, and the total now is going to be 3160.5. Alright? So I recommend you guys to try to test this with your character, and that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Credits to Tellers for this formula. If you have any comments, suggestions, leave it down below, and see you guys on another Ragnarok tutorial. Okay? Bye everyone, thanks for being here.